Good morning, CDT day 109. Had an excellent sleep last night. Um, Woke up this morning, decided last night that I was not going to have dinner and I was going to have it for breakfast just to experiment to see how that works with my energy levels during the day. So I skipped dinner and I'm having it now. So it's a double ramen with bacon bits, chicken, seasonings, and olive oil for extra fats. So I just wanted, I wasn't terribly hungry last night. I think I walked through the hunger, and I thought, maybe in the morning it'll be better to have all these proteins, like someone mentioned to me on the YouTube comments. So, um, of course, I should have carved up last night, I guess, but like I said, this is just an experiment just to see what happens. So, eating this delicious food, which is already motivating me for the morning, and then I will be on my way to. I might camp at Green River Campground tonight because they have privy, trash cans, and probably picnic tables, fire pit, all that stuff, which is nice. But if not, I'm just going to keep continuing on the trail instead of hopping off there at 28 miles. I'll continue on for like 30, 32 miles. I found a shortcut that I think I'm going to try. It looks to be about a 4-mile shortcut. It just connects the CDT with its official alternate like halfway through and gets rid of this unnecessary loop. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, other than that, I'm just going to finish my breakfast and then we'll get to hiking. Alright, it is 8 a.m. on Friday, August 16th, and I'm on the move. Starting with a 150 to 200 foot climb up this thing. A waterfall. Yes, I love waterfalls. How cool. Alright, this junction is where I'm going to hop off the CDT for a brief time, like maybe an hour and a half. The CDT goes this way, and this alternate trail, which seems to be very well worn, goes that way, up over Shannon Pass. So the statistical exchange is that I put about 100 to 150 feet of elevation investment, which is that climb right there, in order to save 4 miles of distance. So to me, that sounds like a really good deal, and I'm willing to pay that, which is might come as a surprise to you guys because you know how much I hate elevation and how much I'm trying to avoid it as much as possible. But really, 4 miles, 150 feet, it's a crazy difference. That's nothing compared to how much distance I'd be saving. So I can save myself about an hour and a half of time by just climbing that right there. I think I can do that. Alright, pretty much at the top of Shannon Pass. The views are spectacular. Perfect. Where the hell am I? This is incredible. I don't know if this lens flare from the sun is going to show it. Ah, damn it. This rock is just, this granite is so striated and broken up. It's so beautiful looking. There's a giant landslide over here, remnants of. This place is incredible. I am absolutely floored right now. Oh my god. This is the best shortcut I've ever taken, and by far the best 4 miles of trail I've ever walked. Oh my god! What the hell was that? What are you? Alright, so it's a carnivore because it has a mouse in its mouth. Looks like a marmot, but has like a white stripe down its back and like kind of white stripes like within it. What are you? Short and stubby and chubby. I mean, I guess it could be a marmot, but I didn't think that they were predatory. Unfortunately, I didn't catch it quick enough for you guys to get a good view, but if any of you happen to know an animal with that type of description in this area of the Wind River Range in Wyoming, let me know. That was crazy. It almost looked like a mix between like a marmot and a raccoon. Now there's another hell of a view as I make my descent down into the forest, and we'll be reconnecting with the CDT in the next couple miles. Oh, that's gorgeous. Alright, back on the official CDT and in on some really nice trail going through a mature pine forest. It's nice to be in the forest again. It's nice and cool and lush. I just ran into a hiker named Girly Girl. She wants to see if we can hike together on the Big Sky alternate that's coming up pretty soon. So we're probably going to be meeting up, if not somewhere on this trail, then in Du Bois in a couple days to hash out the details. So, yeah, might have a new hiking partner soon. Possibly even a replacement for Jeezus if I can never catch up to him. But either way, got some things in the works. What else? That shortcut shaved off about 4 miles. So on trail, I should be about 14 miles in, but really on my body, I've only walked 10. I need to go 28 trail miles today, so I should have 14 to go. It's a little before 1 p.m., so I think I'm doing decently well on time. Plus, I get to go downhill for the rest of the day. Yes, yes, yes! Like smooth downhill. I did a ton of climbing, and then finally got over all those passes down here to the trail, and I am seeing a very nice looking elevation profile to Green River Campground, where I might end up camping tonight just so I have like a home base to hang out with potentially Jeezus if he doesn't hitch to Pinedale, potentially Hobbit if he catches up to us, and potentially Girly Girl if she keeps pace with me. So it's entirely possible I'm there all by myself, or I could be there with 3 other people. We'll tune in to the evening when we find out. I know you're on the edge of your seats. More waterfalls. It's kind of hard to see with the trees, but waterfalls. Oh, and also, bam! Look at all of this. Just incredible. And I get to enjoy going downhill. Like, what's better than that? Come on, guys. Come on. I've made it to the lower of the 2 Green River lakes. It's pretty funny, the whole time I've been walking along the river, it looked like an opaque blue, very blue. And I was like, why the hell would they call it a Green River? But apparently, if you get it in the right light, or in the right volume. Yeah, that looks pretty green to me. Emerald even. Boy, am I happy to see a bridge over the water. Now I don't have to ford this thing. Not very deep, but also doesn't seem like a lot of fun to be doing right before hitting camp. But I am in between the two Green River lakes right now. I'm hopping off the CDT because the Green River campground that I want to go to is off the CDT by about 0.3. And I could either jump off and take this trail on the west side of the lake and go straight to the campground, or I could take the east side CDT and then have to do a 0.3 mile kind of backtrack across the top of the lake to get to this side. So I don't think it'll cut any distance really, but it's more direct. So maybe 0.1 to 0.3, something like that. And it works for me. I think I picked the correct side of the lake to walk. Amazing views and none of the sunlight in my face. Excellent. Well, I made it to the campground, but what nobody seemed to think was important enough information to put on Guthook is that this campground is pay. It has a fee. And that really ticks me off. I've been complaining about Guthook comments for a while, because what happens is if people find good information, they won't put it on Guthook. And the people that do put such little information that it's not even helpful. So you have to piece together different comments from different hikers in order to get viable information. So that's why I have been putting in a lot of new comments in order to help with that. But stuff like this is just really annoying. Somebody puts a comment and says, "Oh, there's a campground nearby with a privy and trash and water spigots. Isn't that nice?" Well, yeah. It'd also be nice to know that if you want to camp here, it's going to cost you money. Yeah, at least I can get some water and use the privy before I move on. So I'm past the campground, back onto the CDT, and I noticed this abandoned homestead over here. So I checked that out. Nothing in there, no people, and just some old mattress springs and stuff. I also have let me zoom that out. This homestead as well I just found, and this one has raised floors. Boards are in really good condition. I don't see much for animal droppings. So I changed my choice back to homestead number 1 after logic finally hit me in the face. Cowboy camping in a shelter is not really, there's no point to it unless there's shelter. This one has a full roof with shingles still on it. So if it were to rain, I would be fine. So it also even has like a little separate side house. It looks like a CDT hiker left their trash in there, which is not cool. It's really upsetting. But yeah, I think I'm going to stay here. It's got an earth roof actually, so since it was designed that way, at least from my engineering experience, if you're designing a building to hold a green roof, then your construction has to be very strong. So I'm guessing there's a lot of redundancies in the construction of this building, and it looks really strong, really good foundation. And a lot of these floorboards are still not too bad either. Pretty clean too. So I am putting my trust and faith in here. And I'm going to cowboy camp with my head net on so that I don't have to set up my tent. Yeah, I can still keep the bugs off me. So that is the plan. Now it is time for dinner. Now there's one hell of a sunset at my homestead. Alright, so it's completely dark right now, so you just have to take my word for it. But I say we, because I found Jesus! Jesus is in the house.
Hello.
Hello, that's him.
Hey, partner.
Howdy, partner. Jeezus ended up doing one of the like number one or number two thing that I expected him to do, which was he crushed miles to Green River Campground and then hitched out to Pinedale.
Because I thought you were in front of me.
Yes, yeah, but one thing that surprised all of us, Jesus included, was that he hitched back out from town and didn't stay the night. So now that I'm here in this cabin, he's just coming out to find a place to camp, and here we are at the cabin. So Jesus is back. So no more questions about that. Girly Girl, however, is not around. So I imagine maybe she just found a spot to stay at the campground. She was comfortable with there being a fee, or maybe she doesn't know there's a fee. I don't know. But either way, we're still keeping an eye out for her just in case and having some dinner in a second. Girly Girl, you there, Girly Girl? But also, one of the really cool things that just happened is I was like, why is there a horse over there without an owner? And all of a sudden it comes by the river. It's a moose with two calves. So they're right down by the river right next to us. Beautiful creatures, and they just moved along, so didn't have to deal with any aggression on their end. So really cool to see them for sure. All right, we'll close out the night with some stats. So on trail, I got about 28.6 miles in distance, but realistically, my body only walked about 25. Thanks to that nice shortcut, the beautiful shortcut over near Knapsack Cole. Did about 3,800 feet of climbing. That might actually be a little higher, closer to 4,000, because the two shortcuts that I took had extra elevation. So, so keeping that, getting about 29 miles on trail definitely helps with our trail average. So, doing well there. And then tomorrow, hoping to do another 25 to 30 mile day, closer to 30 hopefully, to make the next day easier to get into town. But we'll address that as the time comes. For now, Jesus and I are listening to some music, about to hit the sheets, and then enjoy the night, doing the little stargazing as well. And then we'll get up in the morning and do it all over again. So that is the end of the day. See you guys tomorrow.